Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time here, then hi. My name is Carrington. Big, huge, special welcome to you. I hope that you will consider hitting that subscribe button, clicking the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. And let's go ahead and let's get into an exciting holiday video. As I am sure you saw by the title, we are doing makeup that I'm going to be wearing to Thanksgiving. Now, you would be like, well, why wouldn't you just use your Shop My Stash? And while you are very correct, like I should just be able to use my Shop My Stash, I really just like have some products that like I'm loving. Like, okay, this is good. Like tons of stuff that I'm loving. Is there anything from my Shop My Stash? Yes, there are. Like one thing from this one Shop My Stash. But really, I wanted something because I'm going to also be helping out cooking for Thanksgiving. And actually, we're having a Thanksgiving dinner. Not like a lunch, like a dinner. But I still need something that's going to be really foolproof for when I'm in the kitchen with all like the hotness, the steaminess from the food. As well as I need something that's going to be foolproof for lasting a good amount of the day, because I think we're going to start cooking around 10 or 11 a.m. And then dinner is going to be at 5, and there's going to be a lot of us there. This is going to be, okay, I say like a lot, but I feel like since COVID and like you don't do anything anymore with anybody, that this feels like a lot. But basically it's just going to be like in my household, so me, my husband, and my 2 kids. Grandma, Papa, I think they're 2 cousins, and my husband, my kids' 2 cousins, and my husband's brother and sister-in-law. So 10 of us. Wow, that does feel like a lot since COVID. So if you guys are excited to see what I'm going to be wearing to Thanksgiving, how well this looks come together, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, first and foremost, let me just get this out of the way. There's a squirrel outside in my yard. A squirrel. And my dogs are literally losing their shit over the squirrel. And here's the thing. You would think like, oh man, this squirrel's going to run away. No, this squirrel is literally tempting them on this damn tree that they can't reach. And I'm just like, shut up. Stop barking. Okay. So I've already primed my eyelids. I think we already know I primed it with the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer, and I sat that with some translucent powder. The translucent powder that I just sat it with was from this one, Shop My Stash, the Wet n Wild. I won't be using this again for anything else, but I think it does set the eyes really nicely. So let's go ahead and let's move on into the eye look, since I always do my eyes first. All right, I have 2 palettes to go with for this. Why did I want to say Halloween? Why did I want to say Halloween? I mean, I really wish it was Halloween. Okay, listen, I still have like my background decorations of like Halloween, and I don't want to get rid of them. I like them. But my daughter's like, we gotta get ready for Christmas. When is a good time for me to change my decorations for Christmas? After Thanksgiving? Maybe, yeah, maybe like the 1st of December? Just because I feel like it should stay Halloween for like a long time. Like from September to December, I feel like it should be Halloween. That's just my opinion. Okay, but anyways, the 2 palettes I have, I've got the Nudie number 2 from Laura Lee Los Angeles. This definitely is more of like a pinky neutral. I am going very neutral. This is more like a pinky neutral. And then we have the Going Coconuts. This is definitely more of that 100% neutral. So I think I'm actually going to do a combination of both, actually. That's what I'm going to do. So first I'm going to start into the Going Coconuts. This is the shade called Colada. I really can barely read. I think I've used this so much that like the words are starting to come off. I mean, like, look how used and abused of this poor thing. This is a really great like neutral 9-pan palette, especially like if you're ever, traveling or ever going to travel again, or going to visiting family out of state or something. The Going Coconuts is like a really, really good palette, I feel like. I mean, I don't know if you can tell on camera that I put anything in my crease. But in person, I can definitely tell there's something in my crease. But I also didn't coat my brush a whole lot. I'm just kind of taking my time building things up. Next, I'm going to go into that Nudie number 2 palette, and I'm going to go into this shade right here called Patootie. I feel like this kind of is like a better in-between shade than what is offered in the Going Coconuts. I mean, that just could be me. Maybe there's some better options, but I really like this a little bit more. And the thing I really like about this shade as well is that like it's like warm, but like not like too warm. Like, cause this is like definitely more of like a cool toned kind of a look. And I don't feel like that warmth from the shade is like overpowering, that now this feels like a warm toned kind of a look. Of course, guys, just know that like for any holiday, you can literally just throw your bronzer in the crease. I'm doing a really bold lip. Like, I'm actually gonna do like a reddish lip, so I really do want something neutral but also kind of dramatic at the same time. But just know, like, holiday makeup in general is just subjective. You can do whatever you want for your Thanksgiving. You don't even have to wear makeup for your Thanksgiving. So the last matte shade from this palette, I'm going to go into the shade, this is the Going Coconuts in the shade Nutty. And this is going to be like the focus. I almost dropped the palette. Could have been bad. It's really just going to be right here on like the outer corner. First starting with like that lower lash line. So now I've primed my eyelids with this NYX glitter glue. I use this for glitters, I use this for shimmers, mattes, metallics, duochromes, whatever is going to go on my lid. And again, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of both Going Coconut and Nudie number 2 for this kind of look. So I'm going to go all over the lid with the shade Coco Crush right here. It's like not a lot of this left. I mean, like, zoom. Like, do we see this? This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is like extraordinarily beautiful, you guys. Oh man. I don't want to take the shade right here. It's called Cheeky. It's kind of more of like a very like topperish kind of a shade. And I just kind of want to pat that like on top. Now it's time to do the face. So first off, I always start with like something that's like hydrating or glowy. You're probably like, wow, your skin's already really glowy. I know, but we need some more glow. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I literally used this and A-shot my stash last month. It's my first time ever trying it, but you know, you always hear everybody on YouTube ranting and raving and, you know, singing this thing's praise, and it's like $52. So I was like, you know, I don't really know how, like, I'm just gonna work that in with my fingers, how much I'm gonna like love this. Like, for $52, you better be like blowing me away. And it does. This is worth the $50. Like, look at the added glow. Like, my skin was already really glowy, but now it's just so glowy and beautiful. I love that. So then I'm going to go into my favorite all-time pore filling primer. I really focus this on the T-zone. This is the Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas. They do have like a putty one. I've never tried that. I've used the e.l.f. putty one and I like that. But I'm just going to like focus this like in my T-zone where I have some definite like enlarged pores. So I'm just gonna work on like just like pressing that in. I especially have like the worst pores like right here, like literally the worst pores. So now it's time for foundation. I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I love this. I don't know why I love this as much as I do, but it's just like so good. I feel like this is definitely one of those foundations where either you like it or you hate it. Like, maybe like I don't watch enough reviews. That could be the case. I don't have a lot of time to watch like 10 million YouTube videos, but when I was like talking just like with friends who are really like into makeup, they just are always like talking about how like there is no like, you know, like, oh, it's an okay foundation. It's either like I hate it, I've decluttered it, or I love it. And for me, it's definitely like an I love it. But I also have like really dry skin, and I think this formula is really, really incredible for dry skin. I can't say much for oily, except for I know like some of the oily friends that I have really like hate this foundation. For concealer, I feel like I haven't used this for a while on my channel, but it's the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I finally bought like a new one. I think I did, you know, showed that in a haul, but like I have used this before. This isn't like it's like the first time ever. But I don't feel like I need to do a whole review on it because I have used this pretty consistently. I will say this is like so good. This is like really nice and like really creamy. I feel like it's kind of like a Tarte Shape Tape but creamier, but not like the Tarte Shape Tape creamy. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but in my brain it made sense. And then I'm just gonna blend that right on out. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to, I'm gonna do some creams. And then depending on what it looks like, I may either do some powders or I may just leave it with the creams. But first, let's start off with this e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. And I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. brush and then just start stamping it on. This I love. This is a great beginner bronzer. So if you are new to cream bronzer and you are really nervous that you're gonna go overboard really quick, I would highly recommend this like e.l.f. one. It's not hard to go overboard, and like it's so good. Like the formula is just really good. It's really good and really easy to use. Next I'm gonna go into an e.l.f. Putty Blush, and here's the thing, it doesn't say anywhere on the packaging, so it's just a blush. So I'm gonna actually take the back of my sponge and use that to like start. Again, these are really good beginner cream blushes. Like they are nice and they can be nice and pigmented, but you can also go in really softly with them as well. And I love these blushes. I mean, it's just so nice and soft. I think I am gonna go in though with the like powder products, but I mean like it's just so nice and soft. So then I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill cream highlighter, put some on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna go in with a finger and just like, too much, but that's easy to correct. So now I'm gonna set my face with my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I really love this. Ooh, I finally hit pan. I have like every time I've used this, I've always been like, when am I ever gonna hit pan? Because it always seems like I'm getting close, but then like nothing happens. So I just dumped my brush in and I hit pan. Yay! I really love this. So this is definitely like a very nice soft powder. It's not too heavy, which for me with dry skin is perfect. But look at my little pan. Oh, honey. So let's just go ahead and let's start finishing up the lower lash line. So I'm first going to go into that Colada shade that we started with and just really just smoke it out on that lower lash line. I'm talking like, let's just smoke it. Just like so. Alright, so then I'm going to go right back into that nude number 2, into the Patootie shade, and just bring that a little bit closer up onto the lash line, but again, I don't know why I make faces like this, but I do. But then just kind of like focusing it closer to the lash line, but covering the whole lash line. Then dead last, we're going to go into that nutty shade and just focus that like right on that outer corner, right up against that lash line. We're just kind of sort of mimicking a little bit what we did on the upper eye. So then for like the very like inner corner shade, I'm going to go into the Going Coconuts palette, and I'm just, this is called, oh geez, Palm Reader. I'm just going to take a little bit on that like packing brush, and we're going to focus that on the outer, on the inner corner. Just kind of like, all right, so let's go ahead and let's go on into the powder face products. So for my bronzer, I'm going to go into the Huda Light bronzer. I'm just going to take some of that on my brush and start to focus that basically in the same kind of area that we put the cream. Just like so. I really love just like how, like, baby hairs everywhere. Like how light that bronzer is. It's so nice. Alright, so then for my blush palettes, I'm going to go into that same exact palette I used last month. This is from Menagerie. And I'm going to take this little shade right here called Salmon Berry. And that I'm just going to like focus. Ooh. Okay. Hold on a minute here. We got a little bit ahead of ourselves on this side. Okay. So for highlighter, I'm going to go into the Glazed Donut. This is from Ofra in collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. And I'm just going to swipe my little brush in and just start lightly focusing that on shape because these get intense really quick. I mean, like, look at that. Like that just got intense quickly. Alright, so now I'm just going to take this up through my brow. This is the Uoma one. This is one of the things I had in my Shop My Stash. And just kind of comb it through my brows. Alright, for mascara, I can't remember necessarily what I thought of this like Maybelline Sky High. I feel like I didn't really like it, but I can't remember. So I'm just going to coat my upper and lower lashes. And then I'm actually going to then line my eyes with the Beauty Bakery Lollipop liner that was also in this one Shop My Stash. And I'm going to put on some lashes and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back. I went ahead, put the lashes on. The lashes that I picked were the Taco lashes from Glamlight. They were actually in my Shop My Stash bag that my daughter picked out. And I was going to use that Beauty Bakery Lollipop liner. Well, let me just tell you, I cannot find it. Like my workspace is just like, it's a disaster. So I literally can't find it. But I then instead went in with the Anastasia liquid liner. You know, it's okay. It's not as good as that Beauty Bakery one. That is such a good liner. If you guys have not tried that out, 10 out of 10 would recommend you going and definitely checking out. Okay, so I also did my brows because those just take me forever. I used this Zoeva pencil. I like pulled it into my Shop My Stash, what was it, like last month? And I loved it. Like, my brows just always look so good when I use that. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my face. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all night, stay all day. And I'm just going to shake that up really good. And, oh no, what happened? Oh no. Is it broken? Okay. So that won't actually work. So I'm going to try the Huda Beauty Coco Glow Mist. This one's not as good as the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just literally going to spray it in front of my face and then like bring my face in just because this sprays really aggressively. Oh, yeah, I hate that. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do a nice red holiday lip. So I'm going to pull out my Hocus Pocus collection. This was last year's Hocus Pocus, and I think they brought it back this year. So I want a really nice red, and I feel like the Mary collection really is a nice red. So I'm going to take this lippy pencil. What is this called? What is this called? Spinster Ladies. It had been rubbed off. Okay, so now that my lips are lined, it looks insane. I'm going to go into the lipstick called Mary and just start filling in my lips. Here's the final look. What do you guys think? I am markedly impressed. I hope that everyone at Thanksgiving is also impressed. This did take quite a while to do. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are going to be wearing to Thanksgiving. Are you guys doing your makeup for Thanksgiving? Are you not? If you are, what are some of your staple products that you use for when you really need your makeup to last? That is it for today's video. Make sure you comment down below what you guys are going to be wearing to Thanksgiving. Are you going to do a bold lip, neutral lip, bold eye, neutral eye? What are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving? Let me know all that down below. Let me know your staple products for Thanksgiving to make your makeup last, especially if you're the one that's in the kitchen cooking, running around trying to get everything ready. Let me know. But this is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.